He would have the broom. Did I ever tell you about my dad's broom? He would have a broom up because my dad's whole thing was like, you need to mimic shooting over 7-footers. Like you need to arc shots. So I'm talking about like in a public park in Ridgewood, Queens, which is a very culturally diverse neighborhood. You had people from all walks of life.
Broomstick up.
He had a broomstick up, and on the broomstick written in tape was the word Leroy. He named the broom Leroy. Because he was like, let's be honest, it's going to be a 7-foot black guy, no? And then so we just call it a Lee. So I would shoot over Leroy, and that's what he said to me when I was in the windshield, like a dead serious conversation. He's like, what about all the times me, you, and Leroy had in the park? You disrespected us all. You know? Like,
Leroy's pissed too.
Dude, he made Leroy, I've said this too on a podcast too, but like my dad, like in Ridgewood, this was like what was called like a Ridgewood coffee. Like my dad and his friends would go into bodegas or coffee shops or whatever, and like, let me get a coffee Leroy. That was a coffee black with no milk. That's what they would say. Like, let me get a coffee Leroy. And then it would just be handed the coffee like that. And I just thought, like, I was like, oh, I didn't, you know, because growing up with the type of father I had.
Try that at Starbucks right now.
Can I get a coffee Leroy?
You get a Leroy? I'm like, what? It's totally black.
Yeah. A Leroy, no ice. You know,
so you thought that was how you order coffee?
Because my dad would just go, like, the thing is with
and nobody in those days would be like, excuse me, sir, that is not the appropriate way to order coffee.
Would you move out here?
I would only if I could bring my daughter. I can't. I know parents who wanna, you know, who say, you know what, I need to go out there and it's about my career and it'll better my child to be away from them. Fine, no problems. But I wouldn't be happy if my daughter was on the other side of the country. So if I got an opportunity out here.
Yeah.
So like right now in New York, I have my hour special, and then I signed like an overall deal with Comedy Central. So I'm developing a cartoon about my life with them, and it's all in New York. So if those things get on and take off, then I could stay in New York. But if it misses again, yeah, I mean, I want this career to work. So I wouldn't mind raising my daughter in LA. I think
would you move the mom out too?
I would move her mom's career is very flexible right now. She's like, you know, personal trainer. She teaches Zumba. It's like the most stereotypical Puerto Rican thing to do. I'll be doing Zumba and shit. That's what I do. And she has a tattoo in her tit. It's so fucking great. She's such like, you would see her and be like, that girl's so hot, but like obviously don't get her pregnant. And I just obviously got her pregnant. Just immediately.
That girl's so hot, obviously don't get her pregnant.
It's like my boy's like, well, obviously pull out. She has a tattoo in her tit. When I was like, nope. Sign me up for life.
Did you come inside her?
Yes. The first time. I just pounded her and then I blasted my whole load inside her. And I was like, was that bad? And she's like, well. Dude, I fucking blasted my whole nut inside her. I'm out of my mind. I didn't even know her. I knew her for an hour. She was just so hot. She was so hot. I just couldn't. I love Puerto Rican girls. I fucking love Spanish women. And she was just my type, and she was beautiful. And we were just making out, and she was riding me, and I just let it fly, baby. I just let it fly.
They say it's hard to get people pregnant, right?
Yeah. I was like, well, you're not pregnant, right? And she was like, I mean, it all went inside me.
Look at fucking Nick. Dude, Nick's the only guy I've ever met that's not retarded, but also wears Velcro sneakers.
Are those Velcro?
Yeah, dude, he's got Velcro. How are you allowed? Dude, how do you...
Goddamn, Peanut Butter Falcon. Why do you got Velcro on?
Dude.
Because my girl is sick of my shoes being
dude,
Really?
Brendan, from now on, every time you post your kicks of the day, I need Nick to post his kicks of the day. I need to see what pieces of shit he has on his feet.
Your girl bought you Velcro just because she was sick of you having your shoes untied?
Yeah.
Why are they always untied? What are you, 4?
I don't know. But it was a problem when I was a child too, and my grandma got me Velcro shoes, and now my girlfend did it for me.
Just staying on the Velcro.
And I fucking love them.
You know what, man? It fits the show, though, dude, because, you know, half of Theo's fans wear Velcro shoes. So it fits the show perfectly. Yeah, so fucking, so Richard Lewis, I'm opening for. Yeah, so I'm opening for Richard Lewis, and the first 2 shows go good. And then Saturday, it was at 8 o'clock. It was a 7 o'clock and a 9 o'clock show. And it was like clockwork on Friday, and the first show Saturday, like clockwork. I do 10 minutes, get the light. That means bring Richard up in 15 seconds. Just even if you're in the middle of a joke, just stop it and be like, ladies and gentlemen, are we here for Richard Lewis? Shalom, shalom, shalom. Boom. That's what, we start doing that. Richard. So
just a chair being passed around in the audience.
Yeah. So I do my close. I Saturday night show, the late show starts to, kick off. I'm doing the things, and I had a time. Like I do my closer about, 8 minutes, start, ramp it down, blah, 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 blah. So I do my closer thinking the light's going to come on at the same moment it's come on the last 3 shows. And, I'm looking for the light and I'm doing the closer and do the closer. No light at all. So I look over and I'm like, okay. So
panicking.
I'm like, okay. So I look and then I see the owner in the back, Louis Ferranda, great, the legendary booker of Caroline's Comedy Club, going like this, meaning like, keep it going. He's like, keep it going. And I'm like,
stretch.
I'm like, yikes. So again, I have 13 minutes. I've just done 10 minutes with my closer. Like the best joke I thought I had, I closed with, it's done. So now I'm like, okay, I worked on something on the train ride over here. Let me try this. So I do it. It's like, kind of bombing, whatever. But, when you're a new comic, like you think like if you just get a chuck, you're like, okay, good.
Right.
So, but, I'm bombing. Probably the entire set was a bomb, but I didn't
But this
realize.
was even worse of a bomb.
Bad.
This was nuclear.
This is nuclear. Sold out show Saturday night, middle of Times Square. So now like 15 minutes have went by and I'm like, oh my God, what's fucking happening? Dude. So then I start to go into the crowd a little bit and start to ask people. I'm like, hey, where are you from?
What do you do?
What do you do?
Birthday? Is there a birthday?
And everything, and everything like that somebody would say, because again, I'm just so new. I'd be like, you fucking jerk off. Like, I was just doing that. And they were like, what? This guy's in a wheelchair.
I bet you kiss your brother.
Yeah.
He's paralyzed.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he was like, he just lost his legs in Iraq. I'm like, yeah, you fargoot. Like just yelling, just bombing. And now it's starting to get bad. Dude, 55 minutes.
Impossible. How did you do 55 minutes?
I'm going to tell you exactly what I started to do. Dude, it got so bad about 30 minutes in, the staff stopped what they were doing and were dying laughing in the back because of the shit, not because of any of my material, of course, just because of how bad I was bombing. Dude, I brought 2 people up and let them try a joke. I brought 2 people up on stage and I let them try. I'm like, anybody out here ever want to do stand-up? 2 people came up. I'm like, I'll give it a shot. Did a joke. One guy actually crushed.
Yeah, he's killing.
Yeah, it's a bit.
They start booking him. They're like, Chris, you're done.
Dude, then I asked, Andrew, I swear to God, if there were 400 people in there, I probably asked 300 people where they were from, and how many birthdays. I asked, are there birthdays in here? Like 10 times. And people are like, no, we said those birthdays. Then, dude, it got to the point, like 40 minutes in, where I started just saying, hey, guys, yell out a state and I'll name the capital. And they would just yell out a state, they would be like Iowa. I'd be like, Des Moines, that's easy. Next. Like I was just trying to do it. They were like California. I was like Sacramento. And then like people. I was like, I bet you can't get me. Like I wasn't. Like it was.
People are coming to play tag.
Yeah, to play. It was crazy shit,
yeah.
Dude. 55 minutes in, I finally get the fucking light. I finally get the light. Richard Lewis comes onto stage, doesn't even address anything. He goes, "Give it up for Jeff." And I was just like, as I'm walking off, he goes, "Give it up for Jeff." I'm like, eh. And the Royal Oak Theater in Detroit, Michigan, March 4th and 5th. We're doing pretty good on those. We're about 50 to 60% sold to the room. About a month out. Those probably might go.
Those are
when
gonna
it
go.
gets dicey again, though. There we go. We're getting pretty hairy at the Wynn in Las Vegas.
That's for you.
March 24th. We're getting hairy.
Oh, why? Because Katy Perry's next door?
Yeah, because we were going up against a little woman named Adele. But she canceled. Thank God. The day my daughter was born, May 19th, the day my daughter was born, she's in there, my kid's mom is like in labor, like legs up and everything. And it's just my mom, her mom, and me, whatever. My dad just comes busting in. I'll never forget. I swear to God, dude, comes busting in the New York Post. And he goes, Yankees got fucking rocked last night. We got to trade Sabathia. I swear to God. And I'm like, what? Like literally she's crowning. And she's like, and I know my kid's mom was like, get out. Like she was like screaming at my dad, rightfully so. And he's like, whoa, what the fuck? And then I'm like, Dad, what the hell? Like, and then the baby, I swear, baby comes out, I have my beautiful daughter, whatever. I, take a moment, go outside to my dad. We didn't have a gender reveal or anything like that. So we wanted to be surprised and whatever. So I'm like, it's a girl. And he goes, fuck. and I was like, that was his first word after his son told him the greatest news of his life. He goes, fuck. I swear to God. And I was like, what happened? And he goes, I owe your uncle $250 now. And I said, what do you mean? Why would you owe him money? He goes, we gambled on your kid's gender. And I'm like,
Great. So already, this is what my daughter's born into. You're gambling on the gender. He was like, I was sure it was going to be a boy the way she was carrying. I'm like, you're an idiot. You got an 8th grade education and you think you can guess gender? What are you, fucking an Amazon woman? Yeah. What are you, in the fucking Mayan?